Roshni?
Well, sir, first of all, USA is ideal destination for studying biology, which definitely helped me to enhancing my knowledge and skills to pursue my career as a forensic scientist. And the opportunity to study in a multicultural environment will be significant for my personal growth as well. So I choose USA for my study destination.
Nice, Roshni. And please tell me, where do you want to study and what degree do you plan to pursue?
Well, I want to study bachelor's degree in biology in Wichita State University, Kansas.
Okay. And tell me about your academic background, Roshni.
Well, sir, I have a score of 3.03 on my high schools in science, especially in the field of biology.
Okay, very good. And did you do your IELTS course as well, IELTS test?
Yes, sir, I did my IELTS.
What was your score?
Well, the overall score is 6, not less than 5.5.
Okay, very good. And you're interested in forensic science, and but you mentioned biology. How do the two connect?
Well, the forensic science, for studying forensic science, biology provides the strong foundation about the DNA analysis, genetics, and blood, which are the most essential part for studying for forensic science. So I want to pursue bachelor's degree in biology, then forensic science.
Very good. And tell me that your university that you chosen, that why did you choose that university?
Well, sir, my subject is research-based subject, so I require sufficient research on the subject. And this university has lots of research centers, which will help me to enhance my knowledge and skills to pursue my career as a forensic scientist. And on top of that, this university has a forensic club. I would like to join that club to gain some hands-on experience on the field of interest. So I choose Wichita State University.
Okay, very good. Did you apply to any other universities?
Well, to be honest, I have researched 3 universities, but I have only applied for Wichita State University.
Okay. Did you receive any scholarship with the university?
Yes, sir, I have received Global Select Scholarship.
Global
Select Scholarship.
Global
Select.
Select Scholarship. Okay. Global Select Scholarship. Okay. And then tell me, what will the tuition and living expenses be each year at Wichita State?
So the total annual tuition fee is $16,800 US, whereas the living cost is $12,200 US.
Okay. And who will be your sponsor?
Well, I have received a $4,800 US scholarship from my university, but apart from this, my parents and my sister are going to sponsor for my education.
And what do your parents and your sister do?
Well, my parents are in owns a hotel business since 16 years in Hungary, and apart from this, my sister is in Hong Kong now and work as a hotel manager for 7 years.
And what is the name of the hotel that your parents run in Gumby?
Well, our hotel name is Hotel Altai. Yes, sir.
And do you have the documentation to show the annual income, and do you have savings, did you say?
Yes, sir. We have. I have the documents of all of this, and we have the saving of for $50,000 US.
Okay, very good. And please tell me, do you have family or relatives living in the United States?
No, sir.
Do you have, are you planning to work while you're in the United States?
No, sir. I'm not. I'm going to focus on my study.
And have you ever broken any laws?
No, sir.
Have you ever been addicted to any drugs or alcohol?
No, sir.
Do you have any relationship with anyone in the United States?
Well, no, sir. But there is some of my friends in the United States.
What are they doing, Roshni?
Well, they are currently studying in United States and on student visa.
Student visas, okay, very good. And please tell me what your plans are after you complete your studies.
Well, after I complete my study, in our country, there are hundreds of cases which are not solved due to the lack of forensic expert. So I want to work in that field to solve those cases and help to give the justice to the victims and their family.
Do you feel that the bachelor's degree is enough to be able to do that?
Really no, sir, to be honest. Bachelor's degree is not enough for me, so I have to complete my master's degree as well.
Okay. Where are you planning to do your master's?
Well, if my parents can able to fund for my education, I will do on USA or somewhere else.
Okay, very good. All right. Well, please tell me, Roshni, why do you feel that you're qualified to receive a visa to study in the United States?
Well, sir, I prepare myself academically and I'm financially stable to take care of my expenses during an USA. And I can be a sincere student to learn the skills and knowledge to benefit for my country and society as well. So I think I'm qualified for this visa.
Okay, very good, Roshni. Based on the answers to the questions today, I'm happy to grant your visa to study in the United States. Okay, great. All right, so let's go back through it again. So you want to be very relaxed, so you arrive, you give yourself plenty of time when you go to Kathmandu, you go there a couple days early, get relaxed and just enjoy with your family or friends there and then you get a good night's rest
Yes.
and you wake up in the morning and you arrive early, at least 30 minutes early ahead of your schedule,
Yes.
and then you show your appointment letter to the security guard. You have one file that has your passport, university letter, visa appointment letter in it, and clear file, so you can grab each document quickly. And then you have a secondary file that has all your scores and all your financial records. And so that again, the officer will not look at that, but he will ask you if you have that, and you must speak truthfully. Yes, sir, I do. Yes, ma'am, I do. And so you want to have those files nice and carry those with you, 2 files, and sit those in your lap. And there, when he shows you the seating area, so find a comfortable seat, put those in your lap, relax, and just take deep breaths. Think of the most beautiful place you've ever been, and relax all the muscles from the top of your head and down to the sole of your feet, where you're fully relaxed. And then the security guard will come up and say, your turn. And so then you go to the window, show your appointment letter, show your passport, they write that into their journal, and then they give you a badge, you clip it on, and then you come to the security area, go through security, go through the door, go through the breezeway, go to the door on the right, go through it. Security there will point you to the room where you'll take your interview. You go inside, give your appointment letter to the security. He'll then take it back around the back to put you in line for your appointment, and then he'll tell you to have a seat. So you sit down, find a comfortable place, relax, close your eyes, relax everything, take deep breaths, and think of that beautiful place. And then you'll hear, Roshni Gurun, please come to window number 7. And so you hop up, jump up, stretch out with a big smile, go up and say, good morning, sir, good morning, ma'am. And then they'll ask you your name, and then they'll ask you 3-4 questions in 2 or 3 minutes time. And so it's not going to be a very long interview, but what you say in that interview, how you compose yourself, is so dramatically important. So why you want to study in the United States, sir? My long-term goal is to serve in forensic science, to be a forensic scientist. And the U.S. has the best base in biology for that, and the best background for forensic scientists in the world, and plus its global status of all cultures coming to the United States for studies. That's the best global platform for my studies, and so that's why I want to study in the United States. Okay, Roshni, good to hear that. Where do you want to study? I want to study at Wichita State University. What degree do you hope to pursue? bachelor's degree in biology immediately, which is the foundation for my forensic science. And so, okay, Roshni, very good. And why did you choose that university? And you explain why you chose, because of its rich research departments, its strength in biology, its forensic club, its background from international students, and its central locality in the United States. So it's an ideal place for me to study, and if it's my ideal place for me to study, so okay, well, happy with it. Okay, and who will be your sponsor? And my family, sir, my parents and my sisters. Okay, what do they do? Well, my parents own and run a hotel in Gandruk, Nepal, and my sister is the manager, head manager, or what was her post?
Head manager. It's a manager. Manager. Sorry.
So the hotel manager for a hotel in Hong Kong, and for 7 years, past 7 years, and with a combined annual income of this amount, and they provided set aside a savings of $50,000 US for me, and plus I've been awarded $4,800 scholarship to study at Wichita State University as a global on the global selection. And then, okay, first thing, very good. And family or friends in the United States, not planning to work in the United States, and your plan for once you graduate, sir, that I'd like to go ahead and pursue my master's if possible in the United States after I complete my biology degree, but if not the United States, another country. And then I will have the background that's needed to become a forensic scientist and serve in my country, Nepal, very well. And how did you become interested in this, Roshni? Well, sir, I watched these crime shows as a young person, and that I became very interested on how that they could solve the crimes using forensic science, and so that's got me given me a great boost in wanting to study forensic science and then use that skill in my country to solve crimes. And so, okay, very good training version. Okay, happy to give you. Okay, so I think you're getting it down. You have time before August the 8th. Is that August?
August 8th.
8th. Okay. It's August 8th. That's my mother's birthday, August 8th. So 6th of July. Last year we celebrated in the U.S. Her 98th birthday, and she reached 98.
98.
Yeah, and so then we had a great time. My brothers came. We had a big celebration. I've been gone here in Nepal for a couple of years, and so it was first time after Corona that we meet back up again. And so that we met back up, and so we had a great time. And Mom said, her brain still was in good shape, and so it's just still this great sense of humor and very sharp, and she said, I prayed to God that I would keep my mind for my full life, and God has helped me keep my mind. But I wish I'd prayed for more parts of my body, my heart, my eyes, my ears, and other things. She said they're all going. And so life is just decreasing in value. I pass the important things on to you and to your brothers now, and your father's already ahead of me, passed ahead of me. So I am just getting ready to go up, she said. And so she started eating less food, and she started coming out less, sleeping more, resting more, and just slowing her body down. And so we meet her in the mornings, meet her in the afternoons, meet her in the evenings, go into her room and talk with her, listen to her, pray with her, sing songs with her, read the Bible to her, and then at the beginning of November, that we call the hospice care, the care that helps people when they're in the last stage, and as she was just getting weaker and weaker, and so we called the care in, and we came in and cared for her there at our home. And then, so she gradually, she got a little weaker all the time until she could still carry a good conversation and talk with me. And so she told me last good conversation we had. She told me she was very happy about my life and my family, and she loved all on my family, and so we talked a little bit more about different things, and then next day she said, I can't really talk, but you can talk with me. So I talked with her. Then she got to the point, then the next day she couldn't respond back, and the next day she went up. So very quickly, peacefully. Yeah. So it was nice. We had a good time with her, and then she just let go of her life, and she lived to a ripe old age. We were trying to encourage her to go for 100. She said, no, it's too hard now. So yeah, so August the 8th is her birthday. So she was very, very good. My father had a bad drinking habit, addicted to alcohol, and so my brothers and I grew up in that back. It was long chain, grandparent, great grandparent, great grandfather, and as well, and so we grew up in that background, and we all started in similar habits, and but my mother, she was a strong Christian, praying for us. Then I had an automobile accident. My car was flipped in an accident, but I came out. I had to crawl out of my window, or the vehicle was upside down. I crawled out my window, and I did no cuts, no scratches, and I did my mother's prayers for my protection and God's mercy. And so then from that time on, I made the decision, I got to change my life and come away from the wrong things. So I made that decision. God helped me to make that decision and helped me keep that decision. Then my mother and I both started praying for my father, and my father had been drinking and drugs and smoking and everything for years. And so, but in 1 year, it took 4 years, but in that 4th year, my father stopped drinking, smoking, drugs altogether, and never returned back to it. Like,